Quite done? You done over there? You're still making notes? Last second notes?
It's all this pressure, all right? Come on, Jesus. Putting me on the spot.
All right. Well, what's up, guys? Hey, we're coming to you from beautiful San Jose over here. You should probably introduce who the fuck you are to the internet.
Internet? Jesus, I thought that was just for like personal use or something at home only.
I mean, look, I think you're I don't know, you're starting it off awkward and weird.
Sorry.
First impressions matter. Your first impression is now, no pressure, go.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Rami, or other people call me Ramio, Ramio, whatever, it doesn't matter. Call me whatever the hell you want, all right? I've been in the fighting game scene in Montreal for God knows how long. I've been playing, oh, excuse me if you're religious or something, you know, I said God, I don't know. Anyways, I've been playing for like my whole life essentially. Same backstory that you've heard for everybody that loves fighting games. I met Woolie back in Street Fighter 4, and he decided to call me. I was like, hey, Rami, you're good at fighting games. You want to come make me look good? I'm like, all right, why the hell not? Sure.
Make you look good. Now, look, this is one of the dudes I've been playing game with forever now, and I mean,
bodying him forever.
Oh my God.
Right,
well, no, it's true. It's true. It's true. But depends on which game and depends on which moment in time. But for the most part, yes.
I'm talking about the present timeline, all right? Not like some alternate.
Present time. I don't think yesterday went in your favor, sir.
I don't remember.
Listen, the point is we're here. We're here to play Dragonball Z. We're here in LA to play Dragonball FighterZ specifically. Right. And yeah, we managed to get some time in on the new build. So we're talking about the build that has the newly announced Trunks, Krillin, Piccolo, Android 18 and Android 16 available. And we got some a good couple hours in yesterday. Man. And we're gonna get some more time in there a little later today, but regardless, we caught some footage and just wanted to talk about, I guess, our thoughts, how the game is shaping up. And you know, this is your first time touching it. Yep. It was, for me, I got to touch it at EVO. And I had a really good time. I only got a few matches in because obviously it's a super crowded environment. This time around, we got more of a chance to like kind of feel it out, get more practice and training time in there. Yeah. Plus, there was a lot of documentation online at this point, so everyone's kind of gotten a little bit more of a feel for it. Yep. Let's start taking it from the top. So this is your first time touching the game. What did you think? All right,
visually, the game is oozing with personality. It's striking. It's at first, you know, I saw videos. I wasn't, you know, I got a little. People were like, "Oh, it's amazing," but I wasn't quite sure. But when you see it yourself, like the colors are popping. It actually looks and feels like, you know, Dragon Ball. You know, when you watch it, the character, the movements, the sounds. It's just it's really good. You know, I mean, like
I think that is the right sound effect. Personally, I mean, I've ranted about it on the podcast a little bit, but to be like seeing it again with the new stages, with everything going, it is visually like the cream of the crop. It is the best looking thing right now. You know, I used to, so like for the longest while, Third Strike, best looking fighting game, that was it. Look at the animation, holy shit. Right. When Ryu throws a fireball out, like you see the shirt on his back explode in like key aura, right? Then King of Fighters came along and did KOF 12 and 13, which were like, we're gonna spend one day making every single sprite of this game. And we're going to render it out and then draw over it by hand. And it was beautiful. It was the best looking fighting game at the time. Yeah. Short work after that, ArcSys came along with Guilty Gear Xrd and made perfect 3D that looks and feels two-dimensional.
Did not think that was possible at all.
Right? Like, what? They really went overboard with it. And now ArcSys, again, doubling down, making it as faithful as possible. Like, there's little else to be said, but like the visuals are just the most strikingly impressive thing.
Yeah, you can tell that there's like love into it. You know, it's a product that you spend a lot of time on, a lot of love in, all the little nuances of the characters, the little facial animations, even their clothing and.
Well, what I like a lot is when you're selecting the color palettes, and they go sometimes like Vegeta and Goku. Some of the characters, they go from the older, like from the more modern look to like an older look where they had brighter colors. Right. Yeah. And like the brighter colors on them make them like explode almost off the screen and on the stage, and it's just like really fun to just watch Dragon Ball with that much attention to detail. Not that there haven't been a ton of really pretty Dragon Ball games over the years. But I think like ArcSys is doing something like that looks a lot better than what we've seen in the past. And of course, it helps that they know how to make a fucking fighting game, if I do say so myself.
We're not even at that point yet. But geez, like, there's already 6 colors to pick from, right? We don't even know how many other colors there are. It's still, you know, still in development phase.
Guilty Gear has what, just 23, 24 per character? They don't mess around. There's going to be more than enough fun stuff. And, like, who's to say that we don't have multiple costumes coming?
That's
either,
true.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to see pink shirt Vegeta. I want to see Krillin with the. I want to see Krillin with the mustache. You know?
Krillin with the mustache. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Give me the hair. All right. Give me the police outfit. Sure.
Sure.
You know, mustache. But that would be sick. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, man. That's a whole aesthetic thing that you can get into. Like,
especially now that it's 3D rendered, you can.
If they want, you know, like that. That's what I feel like they're gonna go for with like DLC. You want to unlock costumes or whatnot, things like that. Of course, my #1 like request on additional content is old cartoon soundtrack. I want the old anime soundtrack with the you know.
Yeah.
I want that goofy like the music that would play whenever like a bad guy would show up, and it's not like rock, because the rock soundtrack that there is great. But like, just imagine the tension of like, boom. Cell appears, you know? We gotta go back to those
different soundtracks.
Anyway, fine. We're getting off track here. Let's get on track. The game itself, the new characters. This game is fucking awesome, and the new characters have some really interesting mechanics, and I really feel that like one of these, well, I've been waiting for like the cast to sort of shake things up in a way that was like different from the first 6 we got. You know, Vegeta, Goku,
right.
Gohan, and Cell, Boo, and Frieza were all sort of like, you know, they're very similar in that they're
or Shoto-like, if you would say.
If you want, but you know, like I wouldn't quite say that. Okay. Either way, they have a very similar like play style. And I was wondering about whether we would get anything like a grappler, like a dedicated grappler in there, especially since the throws are not really throws.
Right, Dragon Rushes.
And now we have a definitive answer to that question. So, do you want to stay a little bit more on the systems? You want to go into the characters here?
Well, I'll like to give a bit of my thoughts too.
Yeah.
It's like you said, you know, when you first saw the 6 characters, I was a little worried about like playstyles might be a little similar. I was kind of worried about the normals, you know, the range, like. It might be easy to play, like you can pick up Goku, you can play Gohan the exact same way. I was a little worried about that. But then when we got the new characters, like you said, Krillin, the grappler. Wait, you didn't say any names yet, did you?
I didn't say the names yet. Gee, I wonder who.
Well, you did say Android in the beginning, and so Android and things like that. But like, I just want to say, like, it did wipe any concerns I had about character variety. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great. Well, then with that, I'd like to go into like the specifics of what we saw, and like over time, getting more familiar with the mechanics I was introduced to at Evo. So first off the bat, we saw Krillin. I got to spend a lot of time with him. Krillin's one of my boys. I want Krillin. I need Krillin on my teams. I'm not sure if I'm gonna main him yet, but like I'm really happy he's here and he's got some really fun stuff.
He does. Oh my god.
I think, dude, the Destructo Disc.
Can we go into that?
The Destructo Disc is so sick because
Okay.
it's like, it's a super that it comes out, it's bam, it hits you. It's not unblockable. It's not like Frieza's, right?
Right.
But if you've got bar to spend, you can just double, triple, quadruple, 5, 6. You can throw, I think, up to 5 of them or 6 of them out.
Yeah.
And you just mash the button when you've got the meter, and he just goes bam, 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 and he whips them out, and the damage is fucking great. So you can, it's like in the same way that Gohan has that level 5, right? You have a multi-level super with Krillin's Destructo Disc, and the more levels you have, the stronger it gets.
Yeah. It's these little things that, like make you just go, oh my god. Like, in a fighting game perspective, that thing might be not as useful. You probably wouldn't use it as much, maybe, but you could use it to end things. But like, the fact that you could just do it, you could just fucking throw a bunch of shit, just like Dragon Ball style, just like really just makes it over the edge kind of thing. It's just.
One of the main mechanics he has as well seems to be the Senzu game.
You want to talk about
rocks? He
throws rocks at you.
He's Cody.
It's like he loves rocks.
Right? Oh. So the Krillin is so weird because he's got a move that is like chuck something at somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
And you can't control which direction it goes in. You cannot control the arc, and you cannot control what you throw. So you pick a chance of throwing a rock backwards off screen at nobody, or towards your opponent, or if you're lucky, a senzu bean.
Yeah.
And then he can get it and heal himself. Right?
Or whoever picks it up, essentially.
Whoever
like Faust.
it.
I
It's
think
like
when Faust the
exactly.
donuts.
Yeah, it's one of those type of like items on the field.
I don't think your opponent can pick it up, though. I don't think.
I think the way it sits on the ground, it looks like they can, but we haven't tested that.
Okay.
We haven't tested that yet. Important to note, though, is that Krillin, as an assist, comes in and either throws a fireball out,
2 fireballs.
or yeah, we'll get to the details on this. So he throws a fireball out. His Ki Blast, if he taps it a second time, the fireball goes out and then upwards, and then rains down about a second or two later.
Yeah.
So you can either fire directly at the opponent, or you can fire up, or you can fire downwards in the air. Same thing. So if I throw out the fireball in the air and then tap it a second time, it curves down towards you, right?
Okay.
And it tracks slightly. So when he jumps out as an assist, he'll do that move, or there's a chance he'll do a senzu bean toss, and there's a chance that he'll get a rock or a senzu bean. So it's like, it's really random whether or not you're gonna get that senzu bean, and furthermore, there's limited, right? We don't know how many he has, but there's a set amount of senzu beans he has per match. But when he throws a senzu bean out and you get it, you get a decent amount of life back.
It's about like up to 20. It seemed like 25%.
It felt like 25% of your life comes
But it was
back.
only the gray health or the blue health in this game.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you think about the fact that you can call out multiple assists at the same time and kind of cover their tracks, you want to spam Krillin a little bit, hoping he doesn't die, to get your health back, you know? So that's one really cool thing he's got going. He's also got the ability to blast himself off the ground and create a mix-up.
Just like the classic cartoon.
Yeah, it looks so good. It looks so good. And then he's got the
the solar flare.
He's got
the solar flare,
and it's plus on block.
Plus on block.
And
staggers on hit.
Staggers on hit.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah. So you throw that in the middle of a string and get advantage if the person's blocking, or if in the middle of a combo, get that stagger, extend your combo a little bit.
Doesn't even cost any meter. It's just one of your Ki Blasts.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah.
So Krillin's looking nice and sharp with that.
The 3 assist part is really interesting. I mean, maybe it's just how Krillin mechanics works, or maybe it's just like a hint of maybe other characters might have other kinds of assists.
Maybe.
Right?
But right now, that feels like Krillin's the most unique assist right now in the game with that random sort of mechanic. Because what you want to get is the senzu bean. What you don't want to get is the rock toss. But the rocks are not so bad. They're still functional in a way. But you can't plan around it.
That's true. Yeah, you can't. It's unreliable.
And the fireballs still go up and help you a second later, right? So the fireballs act like a bit like
hidden missiles, like mini hidden missiles.
Mini hidden missiles, but I was gonna say since it only comes down like 1 or 2 shots, it's almost like
Hawkeye's arrow, probably.
Hawkeye's arrow or javelin, right?
Oh, energy javelin.
Energy javelin from Novus, but yeah, you can't plan around Krillin in that way.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing in that regard, I guess. But actually, the rocks were really annoying, actually.
Getting spammed?
I kept getting hit by them. You just don't see those,
And technically, they don't count as Ki.
They don't?
Right?
Well, I think you can reflect them.
You can probably deflect them, but yeah, I don't think they count as Ki because you don't use the Ki button to throw them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's Krillin.
Let's transition to his wife.
Yeah, let's get wifey poo. You spent way more time with 18 than I did.
18, all right. So for you thirsty guys out there, she looks amazing.
Fantastic.
She looks
fantastic,
good.
yeah.
I'm playing her just because she looks so good, right? But 18 is interesting because she's actually paired up with 17, right? You can't pick 17, you only 18.
We're 17.
Well,
he's a dedicated striker here.
All right. He's a dedicated striker, and it's like you can call out 17 sort of like an assist. He comes out with different moves. He attacks for you. You can also hit him out too, right? So he's not like a projectile. You can hit him. But he's not like really an assist because when you call him out, you're still like stationary a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he jumps out, and like it feels like with light, medium, and hard, he does it seems like 1 attack, 2 attacks, or 3.
Attack, yeah.
The hard version of every move we should also mention is starts as an EX, so it burns a bar, and it's a better version of the move.
Yeah, yeah.
So technically, you have 2 versions of every move plus an EX.
You can do it in the air too. Actually, you know what? He reminds me of, if you ever played Persona, he does remind me of when you call your persona out, your button, you jump, you call your persona.
Yeah.
And then you stationary, you do it, and then you can set up your attacks.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just Yeah, you know.
When you do the lightest version, she has like, she recovers around the same time his attack is coming out.
Yeah.
But with the heavy version, where he does all three, it looks like you have time to do something.
Exactly, yeah. But unlike Persona, there doesn't seem to be any repercussions in throwing it out. You know, you can just keep doing it. You wait for the cooldown and things like that. And she does remind me of Persona character because her normals are kind of stubby and things like that. You know? Yeah.
So also she's got a deflect, which is not the universal deflect, but like an aura.
Yeah, it's a green orb. You use your key. It pretty much absorbs a hit. We don't know how many. Like I haven't really played around with it, but it does absorb a hit. You don't take any damage. And as an assist, it also comes out. It's kind of like Maya in a way from Phoenix Wrights. I don't know if you know when she comes out.
Oh yeah, the protection shield. Yeah.
You know, she comes, absorbs a hit, and she backs away.
Right.
Yeah. So she's pretty interesting. You know.
One of the coolest fucking things, dude.
You didn't even get there yet.
Oh man.
Okay, her level 3. Okay. Her level 3.
She calls out 17, and they do a team attack on you. Is it a grab or a hit?
No, it's a hit, right?
It's a hit. They both go out, they hit you, and they go into a almost like Morrigan, like one on each side sequence where they just beat the shit out of you, and then end in a super stylish bye-bye where she's upside down and he's facing right up, like manga style.
Right, exactly.
And you get the blast from both sides. However,
okay, so this is okay. If you have Krillin behind 18, like in another slot, she does a level 3. Krillin comes out with her, bodies them up as a couple, fly up, and then Krillin.
They do it together.
It's so
husband and wifey,
Jesus.
Wifey poo. Ah.
Like just imagine like. Other characters probably have it too, you know. It's just
and then we have confirmed there are multiple unique team ups that depend on your team composition. The animations will change for certain supers,
or even more. I don't know.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't want to put anything out there that doesn't exist or isn't confirmed yet, but I hope we have a lot of that in the game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because like team dynamics is something I love in everything. It's the funnest.
Yeah.
I was ranting yesterday to you about why I love Chrono Trigger so much. It's because of the team ups, man. Dedicated things for having two people that you like and seeing the synergy. I love that.
And you tell me you didn't like Cross Tekken? That's what it's all about, dude.
You can take that up with the internet.
All right. Cross Tekken's a great game.
Oh my God! Wow. Way to introduce yourself and invalidate yourself at the same time, fuckface. Good job.
You gotta be good at fighting games. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Shit. Oh shit.
I don't want to offend
anybody. Give me my equipment back. Fuck you. Cut his mic off. Shut it down.
Thanks for bringing me with you. By the way, it's cool.
Oh yeah.
Still driving me
later.
that,
motherfucker. Then we got my boy.
Okay. Tell me about your boy. Tell me about.
Android 18 is awesome, but Android 16, dude.
Okay.
I've always liked the style. Because he's a very Toriyama character design. He's got the mohawk. He's got the big shoulder pads, and you know what I mean?
He's huge.
I love it. His size is the first size character that like makes a huge impact. Because Boo is big.
Right.
Right? But like 16 is towering, and I'm like, I like that. Like the fact that we're seeing, okay, no, there's going to be like huge size differences between these characters. Yeah, they're not going to be too samey.
Exactly. You don't get that from the anime too much when you watch it as action, but when you have them stand side by side, he's like twice the size of Goku or something.
16 has a rocket punch, as any good robot should. Mm-hmm. He's got a ground explosion that you can aim forward or backward right behind him. It's not a reversal, so I'm still trying to figure out the exact application of it, but it's a move.
Yeah.
And then he's got the grabs, baby.
The can opener.
Right?
Yeah.
He's got the fucking setups. God. Okay, so you've got light, medium, and heavy Hadouken are grab right in front of you, dash forward grab, and then almost, I'd say like 70% of the screen grab.
It's pretty freaking far.
Dashes really far, bam, picks you up. Goes into a giant slam, which then pops you up. And then Hadouken backwards, light, medium, heavy. Same ranges, except he does an air grab instead. So one into the other, into a fucking bomb pop-up, grabs you again, and it's just like, yes. Second, this is an Arc System, this is a Hyper Fighter, this is a fast-paced, crazy Dragon Ball game, so you can absolutely combo into grabs.
Yes, you could.
right?
Jab, jab, grab, or whatever.
And 18 is unique in that he has, so everyone has auto
16.
combos. Sorry, 16 is unique in that everyone has auto combos. He's got the same auto combo setups as well, where his auto combo leads into an auto grab actually, almost like Abel, right? But the grab doesn't land on block.
No.
So if you auto combo into it, it's not going to work. But he's also got a medium auto combo where he does a medium string into a low grab. And again, like...
Well, the grab will not come out.
The grab doesn't come out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't come out on block. But what's cool about that setup is if you hold forward, because the game has a universal overhead system, you can do the string into, you can cancel into the overhead instead of going for the grab. And so on block, you have another chance to open them up. So he puts the pressure on pretty well. And then anytime anytime you just feel like a jump is about to come, you just fucking go for that air grab and go get back on the ground, son.
I'm gonna say now, this character is unfair.
I love it!
It's so unfair!
No, dude, because those are the only tools he has!
He's got a half-range grab, half-screen grab.
And that's it!
It wall carries.
And that's it!
Oh my god.
Okay, he comes, his assist, he jumps out, he does the ground explosion. It's an alright assist.
I don't even know what to look out for.
You know? But the whole point is, watch your shoes.
Yes.
Watch your dome. Protect your neck.
I gotta say, it felt great getting hit by those things. You know, like some games, it feels every time you see it, you're like, damn, oh shit, I deserve that. You know, just feel it. So.
And I love how when you land ground grab, air grab, off the ground, they tech upwards into the air, and I feel like you can get a setup for another one. I feel like you can put the fear of God into them when they tech. To tech at the right time, otherwise you're getting grabbed again.
He's like a complete 50-50 monster.
I love it.
He's like Hagar with speed and projectiles, pretty much, you know.
Yeah, Hagar has that moment of like, oh, and then he dashes at you.
Yeah, this guy, he just dashes. Like what happened, you know?
Yeah.
Blocking. Okay, what the fuck?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I tried.
Oh man,
you can't block.
16 is so fucking cool.
He's so cool.
His intro looks so stylish. I love this character so much. I'm just.
The first time a character you like is gonna be good, hopefully.
I mean,
fingers crossed.
Well, I'm not putting anything out there, but like, you know, he's probably gonna have some issues in the long run. I think move versatility matters, right? And
try not to curse our boy here, you know. I mean,
no. I don't think so. But I feel like he's gonna be viable because he's a specialist, right? No matter what, when you have a specialist, there will be times when it's like that has a purpose here. And in a game where assists are jumping out, locking you down, keeping you from moving as much as you want to, right? You're going to have to either spend that bar to get away from the mix-up or possibly get opened up.
Oh, yeah. What was his assist like?
His assist was the ground explosion.
Thing, okay.
Exactly, yeah. So not super useful.
For now, we don't know yet.
But we don't know yet, exactly. Could be totally wrong on all of that. Just feeling it out. Next we had Trunks. You spend a bit more time with Trunks.
Trunks is interesting. Well, first of all, I want to highlight his sword range is actually pretty good. You know, like I saw the trailer, and I was hoping his range would be better. His normals are a bit stubby, but his sword, his heavy attack, covers a lot of ground. You know, he has good anti-airs. He has the best slide, I think, in the game. The slide. Okay, so everyone, because we like universally, there's a lot of characters that have. Crouching medium or it's
like
a sweep. It's
too
a
deep,
sweep,
right? If you want to use
2B,
if you want to use mechanics terms from Guilty Gear or anime, right? And it's a sweep, and for him it goes like more than half screen.
And it's very instant too. It's half screen, it's instant, and it's cancelable.
It's cancelable. So bad sweeps like a bison crouching roundhouse
does not exist in this game.
You don't have that with Trunks because he can just pop out of it.
Yeah.
And what can he pop out into?
Okay, so he's got this command jump thing, kind of like a Viper or a Bolt Cancel, like Dante. It's really interesting. I haven't found like any good uses of it, but you can cancel strings into backflip, forward flip, or just I think like neutral flip or something. Yeah, well,
it seems like forward flip, far forward flip,
and back flip.
Yeah. And it looks like you can get the fuck out of dodge, right? So the main thing is because there's only one unique move we found off of it, which is the key blast, right? But for the most part, the flip just leads into normal aerials, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And I think that the application here is going to be the ability to cancel out of your buttons into this pressure, and then, or out of pressure, you know? And I think it's a maneuver.
Or even set up, you know, you go attack, 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 backflip, call your assist is attacking, and you have a distance, you can do whatever you want, or you're crossed up, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Fall down with an attack.
Slide into flip over.
Yeah, it's a lot of potential.
So it's really it's a tool that is not like free. You have to think about what you're doing with it. But I think it can be scary if people end up using it to do like really want like a really good pressure string into an instant mix-up, you know?
It looks really cool. He's like flipping.
Yeah.
It's freaking sick.
And then of course his Hadoken motion attack.
Yeah, he's got a dash. It's like an auto combo essentially. He attacks you 1, 2, 3 with his sword, and then he blasts you away.
Yeah. So it's a single
Doesn't
hit.
even look like
it's a single hit on block. But when it hits you, he goes into the Frieza annihilating, cut you to pieces, and then stylishly.
Doesn't even look at you.
Get the fuck out.
away from me.
Yeah, yeah.
So sick.
So that thing's cool. If you do it on the ground, he does the ground version where you're behind him as well, right?
So cool.
Trunks is he's just styling. His level 1 is the fucking is it a Masenko?
A Masenko is the Gohan
No,
one, but he does have a Masenko actually.
But
it's
he
like
does the
normal ki
multiple
blast.
like hand finger signal to bam blast, right? And then the level 3 is a command grab.
Oh yes.
Trunks level
That was
3
interesting.
is a fucking command grab. So you can't be sleeping on him either because he'll blow your shit up. And as we can see in some of this footage here, it looks fucking devastating because he tosses you up into the full you know, like it's so good. I think just the fact that they threw that in there is a really good mix-up for him. We didn't mention that 18 has a command grab as well.
Oh yeah, she does have a command grab.
She does have a command grab. So like basically all the new characters that so far like almost every new character has a command grab from this second introduction of the roster, you know.
It's fast too. It's not like they're like unseeable too.
Yeah, it was just weird because I remember like when the game first came out with the original 6, we all went, oh, this is a game without throws in it.
Yeah.
And it's Dragon Rush only, and then it's like no, there's throws here.
Trunks has a command grab. Think about it.
Yeah.
You know.
So next on the list, I'd say would be Piccolo.
Okay. Piccolo is fun. Piccolo, again with the character, you stand side by side, and he's huge too. He's a lot bigger than you think, you know. He has stretches his arm out and he pulls you in, kind of thing.
Yes. Piccolo is a technical character. I can see right off the bat.
Yeah, you got to play with like a good range with him. You know, you can't be. He doesn't seem too effective. He's like spam forward. You have to be at a good range. You got to be smart with him.
Yeah, he's not free, but you can see that range effectively demonstrated with his Hadoken motion, where it's an instant cross-up attack.
Yeah, he's got a Hadouken. He runs at you. He dashes at you. Crosses you up. If he does the EX, right, he crosses you up.
Well, light goes and hits you from behind and elbows you backwards.
Yeah.
Heavy, same thing, but he moves a little bit further forward, and then the EX.
And then the EX, right? His speed increases. He goes behind you, teleports in front of you, and then smacks you. It's like a fake cross-up. It's so fast.
Uncross up, cross-up.
It's so hard to see. Like you see the little circle, you have to be ready, but there's so much shit going on.
It's worth the bar you spend on it.
Yeah, Piccolo. He's got his classic Demon Ray or his Makanko Sanko. Sick, you know? Special beam cannon. Cannon. Oh, I forgot to mention his intro. He takes off his weighted clothing.
Yeah. He looks great.
I wish you can fight in that though.
I won't be surprised if we find that there is a way. Right? We know it's in the game.
Yeah. He's also has this like slow moving projectile where he just sets it up.
So that's what I wanted to talk about. Is he's got the orb. He puts out this kind of Yogi Catastrophe type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he can reach through his stretch off of his key button. Because that's the thing. His key button is not a fireball like everyone else. It's actually an extended grab, and he pulls you in, and he's plus on it, right? So he can reach through your own key fireballs or his own key fireballs and pull you into his, or into setups, or into a guess, you know? And when we were messing around with it, he's got a crouching version that grabs you out of the air, and an aerial version that pulls you up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seemed like putting out this large tracking, like fireball that's moving slow, it lets him cover his ground a little bit, and then pulling you into it is going to be a setup beast.
It's going to be devastating. Like I'm thinking about it right now. Like you have Vegeta in the back, right? You call the assist,
Spam,
you pull him in, and then he's gonna get hit by the key, and then you can just go straight your combo.
Just go into anything.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. By himself, he can't combo off of it, so you really need to.
But he's gonna have some really good confirms, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a good assist and with that on the screen, it's gonna be a problem. Also, instant teleporting behind the guy. You know, perhaps like getting some distance out there. Like it'll be used as his main, I think, gameplay thing.
His normals are pretty good too. Like if you do his medium punch, or what do we call it, B, he's do his B, he actually like dashes at you, so he's got a good cover distance with his range.
And he's got the Hellzone grenade.
Oh my god.
Right. So that's an interesting one because its startup is slow because they float for a while and then they come down on you. But of course, that's in the spirit of getting you set up with something, right? So some of the specials here are like setup specials. Krillin's level 3 is like that as well. Like the beam goes out and it curves upwards, and then they all come raining down. So you have a moment to like get a guessing game going, you know, or even just a moment of coverage to get the fuck out.
But if it hits you, like the initial one hits you, you're just gonna get hit by everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, it's good. It works in both ways essentially.
Yeah. So there were 2 new stages, right?
Yeah.
One of them was the Cell Games Arena. The other one was
the Rocky.
Yeah, the you know, Grand Canyon Battle Zone, whatever.
I'm just gonna go straight into this, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, man.
Go.
I was talking about the presentation, and it's like, oh my god, it's so sick. Like this, every time you play this game, there's always something new you figured out. You know, like for the specifically this rock stage, right? If I end your character with like a wall bounce, your character goes flying through like 10 different cliffs, just like the anime, like, and then all you see is your 2 characters are fighting, like chasing each other to the next transition. It's so.
So let me try to translate that. All right, the best stat transition we've seen so far is in this new stage because we've had the splat into the building in the city, we've had the splat into the cliffside in the other stage on Namek, and now you've got splat but continuing explosion through multiple cliffs in the background, and as you follow them into the background, the camera keeps going and your 2 remaining characters slide in chasing each other and go right into the fight. So it's like it's like the perfect transition, dude. It's godlike. I can't. It's the hypest shit. And if you ever had any doubt that they knew what the fuck they were doing with the tag resets, right? No incoming on the round ends. They're doing it stylish, dude. I fucking love it. You're like, it looks so good. Probably the coolest new thing. You know, that we saw. And I guess like to just get into a little bit more of like what we discovered on a bit more of a technical level, right, with these characters. We were able to kind of figure out like the basics of the flow of the game, right? I feel like it's really accessible because when you're still trying to learn how to play, when you're still trying to learn what everyone's like good strings are, what combos you want to manually input, and you don't want to, you know what I mean? Before you get to that phase, you can really just rely on the auto combos and the homing dash, and those 2 things are something that anyone can really do. And when you don't really have a game plan formed yet, you can just fall back on that as you're a beginner.
Exactly.
I think that's a really cool thing that this game has, the No Other Fighter really does, where you take the auto combo that we've seen in a couple other series, and you combine it with the homing dash that always locks in on the opponent, and then you have maneuvering and attacking kind of both taken care of. But these things have very easy to punish and very non-optimal, you know, sequences that you go into. So the moment you start to learn the game, you can get around them. But it's a nice fallback for people that are learning.
I agree. It's actually really easy to get into. At first, honestly, it was a little overwhelming for me being a veteran of the fighting games. There's just like so much things to worry about. The grab, the rush. You know, like the Dragon Rush beats Ki Blast, so I was like, maybe I should zone Woolie out. And he keeps like Ki Blast, Dragon Rushing into me. You know, I kept getting discouraged. Also, it crushes lows since like it jumps at you, so don't low. But the more I played with Woolie, the more we analyzed it. These things, like he said, they're gonna be punishable for sure. Like it's really easily telegraphed. So like if you're worried about, you know, you can spam get in. No. you could just sit there, block and punish.
So the main thing is that like we feel like there's a little bit of a rock paper scissors here, right? Because so the homing dash is safe on block.
Yeah.
Except for when you tag someone in. When you tag someone in, they do a homing dash that's punishable.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're committed to it. Well, I don't think we've ever been able to cancel the homing dashes.
We haven't tried. Yeah, I've seen footage of someone zipping backwards with it, and I want to experiment more to see exactly what that's about. But but so far we've been committed to it, right? Yeah. And you're safe on block when you do.
You're at negative. Well, you're at disadvantages though. So.
Yeah. But you can take whatever's coming afterwards, right?
Yes.
So. When you dash in on the person, you go into your string and whatnot. The person who's about to get dashed on can do a deflect, right?
Right.
Now the deflect is a fantastic option as well because the deflect, as we discovered, has no hitbox.
No.
Your hitbox disappears entirely, so you're not going to get hit by anything, even if the person comes in with a low on you or whatever. If you go into that deflection, right? It seems to have a startup to it, but
there is.
The startup, like. It was weird because for projectiles, the startup, it was an instant.
Instantly, yeah. You just press it. As soon as the projectile hits you, deflect, and just deflect it away.
But on homing attacks, it's not instant. It has to be on the hand swing, you know?
Yeah, it's not easy though.
So that means that if you see someone homing in on you, if you don't react almost right away, you're going to be too late.
Right. It is like, you know, not reliable to do it, but if you do it, you know, you get a free punish essentially.
Of course,
yeah,
right?
So it's really rewarding.
And yeah, so when you land it, you can get a punish on that. Then, of course, the person who's doing that might realize, okay, I'm spamming my homing too much. Let me try and get him traditionally. And then what can you do? You can use key to keep them out at that point. And key is a really effective way of zoning people out. As you can imagine, they're really fast fireballs. Why wouldn't they be? Lasers, explosions,
discs.
Discs. In Cell's case, it's literally an unblockable grab setup from full screen.
Oh my god.
You love it!
That move?
You love it!
You know the episode where he's making the tournament stage?
Yeah!
He picks up a big block and goes...
And he carves it out?
He does that to you. It's unblockable.
So good.
You never see it coming. It's
what
insane.
A genius move to give to a character. Like, he used it for carving out the blocks, and they made it a move here.
It's so sick.
So that thing, you have stuff like that going on. But again, you want to keep people out with those things. And how do you get past key?
Yeah.
You homing dash. Because homing dash goes through all fireballs.
Even the lasers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the whole little circuit they've got going.
So you can't mindlessly spam fireballs without any repercussions.
That's it.
Yep. You can't mindlessly spam Dragon Rush either. So you have to be smart about these decisions.
Here's another thing, though. Your crouching heart attack, aka your 2C, is a launcher, and your upper body hitbox disappears on it. So it's a bit like in Guilty Gear as well, where you have your forward P, your 6P, for some characters. You completely anti-air the person into a full combo launch.
Exactly.
So that's a really good way of dealing with someone coming in, homing on you as well.
Yep. Some characters are a bit slower, like Vegeta's. He does like a whole backflip. Some characters are a lot faster, like Trunks. So again, there are answers to everything, which is amazing. It just gets better and better.
And basic answers too. You know what I mean? Let's talk about how the auto combos are unique normals, right? They're not. You're going into buttons that the other characters don't otherwise have, which is the right way to do it. Because you see, there's the games that have auto combos that are things you can do manually, and then they just scale downwards because you're doing the auto version. Yep. But I like it so much better when the auto combo is unique, because like in Persona 4 Arena and Ultimax, there's applications for that specific series of buttons. And you can create unique pressure strings. You can create unique opportunities because you have more moves instead of just being a simplified, system. And when it's a simplified system, there's never any reason for a top player or someone who's playing the game competitively to really rely on this. In Marvel Infinite, you kind of have that.
I was hoping we didn't have to talk about Marvel Infinite.
No, but it is this like, but I'm saying it's an auto combo system that you can do manually, and there's little gained by this. But when you do it in Dragon Ball, it has the application of doing a unique thing that you wouldn't otherwise get if you were doing it with manual button inputs.
Like some characters get access to a low like that. Like the second hand does a low. I think Boo gets a low.
Out of his auto combo.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
right away. That's something that they're handling.
16 gets his grab.
Yeah. Let's also talk about the Sparking Blast. Sparking!
burst.
It is not
I don't know what it does.
a burst.
Yeah.
It is not a burst, because when you think of the word burst in anime fighters, you think of something that gets you out of trouble on defense, and this is not what that is.
It's more like a gold burst.
It is an offensive burst. It's a one more from Persona
one more
4
one,
Arena,
yeah.
where when you're on offense or neutral, you pop it, and it heals your blue life, which is like the damage you've taken over chip and damage that's recovering when you're in the background, when you've tagged out. So it recovers that very quickly.
Very quickly.
It's so fast, in fact, that
Oh.
so it's like X Factor, where if you hit a sparking, again, while doing a combo or on neutral, you get a level 1 when you have all 3 characters alive, a level 2 if 2 characters alive, and level 3 if 1 character is alive. The level 3 version heals so quickly that we've done supers.
Yes.
Where more than half the damage of the
Level
super,
3 super.
Level 3 super, more than half the damage is healed away because the animation is playing
Yeah,
out
exactly.
while the damage is happening.
The animation scam, man.
Dude, so the level 3 sparkings are super essential, essential for comebacks. I also see the fact that you can, sparking creates a full knockdown, right?
Yeah.
So whoever gets hit by it is popped up for whatever you want to do. And if you die without using it, it's like dying without spending your X Factor. It's like dying without using your Ultra or getting an opportunity to, like, it's like, well, dying without using your Ultra. It's kind of that happens. That's like, don't spam that just because you have it. That's a bad example. But it's like dying without using your best trump card, right?
It's just a move you should use, and it's not overpowering in the slightest. It doesn't feel like X Factor where you pop it and now I can win all of a sudden.
It's
not gonna happen.
It's not free. No. It's not free like that. But you definitely do need to pop it.
Yeah. Just a little side notes. Actually, when we were messing around with like some moves, when a character dies, the timer, like 10-second adds to the timer. Actually.
Yeah. So we had a fight with 4 seconds left. Someone died, and then it reset the fight with 10 seconds again.
Yeah.
So the timer scam is actually like, it's not 100%.
It doesn't seem
There's
like you're
ways
ever.
to gain time on the clock.
Yeah, you're not going to have a timeout. It doesn't
Time
seem
overs
like
don't
it.
happen.
Never
No,
gonna
no.
happen.
They really, they're making sure that's the case. And last thing I want to talk about is when you see the Dragon Rush mechanic, which is the throw, if you would, where you unblockable dash at the character.
I kept eating that.
Combo into launch.
I kept complaining about that.
So until what happened?
Until, can't believe I'm saying this, Woolie showed me that you can actually counter it on the last frame.
Why am I eating shit on my own channel? What the fuck is this? Anyway.
I was like, what? I don't believe you.
You can react on not only on the spark, but when the action starts, you have a lot of time to just hit it. So basically, if someone throws Dragon Rush at you, you throw your own Dragon Rush back, you trade, and then separate, right? That's how you tech.
You know what I love about it, though? Like, if you actually, if you predict that he might Dragon Rush, you can actually bait it out because you're committed to the move, right? Let's say I set you up for a grab. I think Willie's going to Dragon Rush me, right? And then I try to attack, or just by an instinct, you can jump back and just like punish the shit out of me.
You can, when you look for that boost bar.
Exactly.
But what we're getting here, though, is if you didn't see the Dragon Rush coming, but you have fast enough reactions, you can just hit your own button and it'll totally tech you out of it.
In a sick animation, mind you.
Yeah, so it's very lenient, right? You don't have to worry that hard about it unless you're sleeping a little bit, Condition yourself to react to the spark. It's about the same as reacting to a burst spark in Guilty Gear Xrd, right?
You still
sorry, not a burst, a dust. Right?
Oh,
the little glowing orange, like, whoop, right?
Exactly.
If you can react to a dust in Guilty Gear Xrd, you can react to Dragon Rush here.
Interesting notes, if you try to grab from the air, like how the Dragon Rush is a tracking move, right? But if I'm on the ground and then your opponent tries to grab you while he's in the air, it'll dash towards you, but it won't actually grab you.
Exactly. So air to ground Dragon Rush is blockable. You can't just get that for free.
Well, it's not even like, it just phases. There's
no hit.
There's no hit. You just punish him for that.
Which is like understandable because it would be ridiculous otherwise, right?
Yeah.
You would be on it. You'd be unstoppable with a lot of setups off of like.
It'd be very annoying.
Yeah, it'd be really annoying. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's the state the game's in right now.
I want to talk about one more thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. we've been neglecting this the whole time we've been playing until we actually chose Gohan. Wake ups in this game is a thing, like wake up reversals, right? So I just want Gohan
because most knockdowns are soft knockdowns.
Yeah,
right?
There didn't seem like to be a hard knockdown.
Yeah, like there was like there's a lot of sweeps were landing. For example, with Frieza, I remember when I played Frieza, I wanted to land his wake up super, but I never a bunch of your sweeps on me I was taking out of them immediately.
Yeah.
So there's very few hard knockdown situations, but they do exist, and you do have reversals.
You do have reversals. So Gohan, for example, he has like a Shoryuken move, right? His assist also Shoryuken seems to be completely unblockable. But what's even more interesting is if you do the Shoryuken, you can call an assist during any time at that point. So you can just wake up uppercut, call assist, and make you safe. You know? So it's like really, if you're a fan of Marvel 2 with like Gene Splice or a Psylocke, Gohan is your Gene Splice, essentially.
We tried to assist with him. We had Gohan doing Shoryu into Kamehameha from Goku.
Yeah.
Which you can delay a little bit and completely cover your recovery on.
Yeah.
And the second one I think was Vegeta's.
Oh yeah, he has an up kick as well too.
Yeah. So you can definitely make your attack safe. That being said, if the person predicts you're going to do this Hail Mary, they can probably position themselves to just avoid it entirely.
You lose your assist. It's actually a big thing because the assist takes a long time to recover.
Yeah. Although, let's also mention in the middle of here, hitting Android 17 doesn't seem to do anything.
Oh, yeah.
He can take hits, but he doesn't lose life, you don't lose meter, and there's no point where he suddenly doesn't come back, it seems. Yeah. So
it's like a better Persona.
Yeah. Okay, so that being said, I don't know if anything else comes to mind, but for me, that's the state of the game. It is still the most excited I've been for a fighting game since Street Fighter 4. Think about that. That means a lot. That's a big deal.
Just the little nuggets of love, you know. We're deflecting fireballs into the background. Everything explodes.
The color choices you got are nice. Oh, when you deflect fireballs and they blow up in the background,
so sick.
You see the destruction, dude. It's like, what the fuck? This game is next level. And the fact that, and also deflecting is you can do it, like we said earlier, like off the block. If you're blocking of something, and if someone's beam spamming you, and you're taking a lot of beam spam chip,
you'll just press
you can just guard cancel and just go right into spamming their deflection, and you cancel from your block into the you know? So you don't have to worry about that at all. Like, it's a really easy thing to do if someone's projectile spamming you.
This game just looks so sick.
It feels sick. The movement options are through the roof, and like even without using just homing all the time, like you have so much maneuverability. You got your air jump, your air dash. Gold Frieza has 2 air dashes.
Oh yeah, 2 air dashes.
Right?
His normals are insane.
There's stuff, man.
Sick and creative.
Yes. So I can't wait to get back on that a little bit later today, but that's our initial impressions for now. And everyone who's excited and overly hyped for this game, you have good reason to be. I don't know what else to say. Like, everything that you see is just, it's living up to the hype and delivering on it. And I'm so glad that I feel like right now the inflated bubble of like excitement I have has not yet popped.
Right. It's a real thing.
It's real. That's so weird, but it's real.
Like when does like a high level player or anybody get excited just for like just seeing freaking fireballs at each other? You know, it's just I want to see this.
It's because it's Dragon Ball.
I just want to see this.
I think the takeover is imminent. I think the grand unifier that is the Dragon Ball community is gonna happen, and I think you're gonna see everyone from every different fighting game community coming together because they want to fucking pick a Saiyan and they want to pick their favorite villain and just go in and go ham on a really polished, really good-looking fighting game about characters that are like your childhood, you know?
Yeah.
I think this can have massive EVO numbers. I think this can have like, I don't know, like nothing but a positive effect on the fighting game community as a whole. That's where I'm at with this.
Yeah. What's your agenda, man?
My agenda is fighting games, man. Fighting games is my agenda. I want them back, and I want to fucking take the spot that MOBAs took away from us. You hear me? Your fucking MOBA games, your bullshit with your stupid fucking Defense of the Ancients and your leagues and your legends and your garbage. You took that from us because we didn't like esports. And now I want to take it back because we fucked up. We were the ones that handed it over. We shouldn't have done that.
I kind of like League of Legends.
That's my agenda, fucker. Son of a bitch. I was having a good time and you ruined everything. We're done.
Still take me out to dinner?
Go fuck yourself.
That comes after dinner.